Hello. Right. What am I going to tell you? I'm fucking freezing. You may have seen, I don't know how much you follow my Facebook, but the Drugs and Stuff podcast, we are now doing live. So we still have the recorded version, but when we record it, we live stream that version to Facebook. So we did the first one yesterday. So you get to see all the shit and fucking about and all the mistakes and balls ups that happen that get edited out before it goes onto the website. Also, diet's going well. I'm fucking freezing today. Oh, I need to turn it on. Diet's going very well. I'm down 16 pounds. Not really much else to report on that one. Training not so good. Work is partly to blame, as in just physically getting the time or being too tired. Bearing in mind, obviously, with my pretty shit kidney function, I do fatigue. But I jarred my elbow in the crash in December, and I'm starting to get to the point where I'm pretty convinced I may have damaged it rather more severely than I thought. It is still incredibly painful, and I think I may have chipped a bone or broken part of the elbow or something of that nature. So I need to get to the doctors and I need to go get an x-ray, but I just haven't had the time. Last week I went to Iceland. Now it's probably over 15 years since I was last at Iceland, and fuck, it's changed. Still an incredibly beautiful country, but a lot of tourists, but stunning, absolutely stunning. So I went over to see Anar and his son Fanar and Gummy, and then to do a seminar at Jacobol, which is Magnus's gym. Flew over on the Wednesday morning, really early start, left at 4 a.m. Landed, got stuck in the plane for 2 hours because it was too windy to get off the plane. They wouldn't bring the steps to the plane, it was too windy for them. Anyway, got off, got sorted, quick whistle stop tour around Reykjavik and its sites, and then we went up to the gym, went through some training sessions with some clients, and then we had a seminar. It was okay. And then the next day, Anna took us sightseeing. So we went to the geysers, and I had some Icelandic soup, some meat soup, which was about 12 quid a bowl. It's not fucking cheap out there. And then we went to the Golden Circle, which is a waterfall. That was incredible, and it snowed. They hadn't apparently had any snow. It had rain and cold days, but when we arrived it decided to snow. So snow everywhere, up on the high plateau, just absolutely incredible scenery, and then you've got these warm streams running through from the geothermals, which was quite amazing. And then we went to see some odd little bits and bats. So we went and looked at a house that sits on a cliff base that had loads of huge, and I mean huge, these boulders were like 30, 40 foot across, fallen down around it, that resulted in it being now cocooned by these boulders, and not one had ever hit it. And we went to an estuary where there's some, they think there's a hidden cave underneath. Wagons have literally fallen in there. Bridge collapsed, wagon fell in, never found the wagon, never found the driver. A car went in the other week, disappeared, never found. So they think there's some sort of cave entrance, but the currents are too strong. So we saw a bit of odd stuff as well like that. And then we flew back on the Friday morning. So quick whistle top, but really enjoyable. Big shout out to Fanar and Gummy. They run a catering company in Reykjavik, and basically I sent them my diet and they delivered to my hotel all my meal plan for the days I was there. Everything as it should have been, on plan, weights, everything. Absolutely brilliant. Really, really impressed. So if you do happen to be going out there, it's definitely a good way to go. And it's very expensive eating out as well, so it's actually cost effective too. A big shout out to our fella's father, who was our guide for the 2 days, and ours being a World's Strongest Man, and he judges World's Strongest Man. And then we met Magnus Magnuson, which was obviously a bit of a moment. I mean, he's Hall of Famer for World's Strongest Man, 4 times champion, you know, credit there. Nice guy as well. And we went to see Jean-Paul Judmeson's grave. And I was a good friend of Jean-Paul's and used to train together. In fact, at the time when he passed away in the gym on a Saturday doing deadlifting, I believe. So, but yeah, really good trip, to be honest, and I highly recommend Iceland to anybody. In fact, I might just emigrate out there, because England's pretty fucking shit these days. So we'll see. Off the back of that though, what I did notice was Icelandic law states that a person can be in possession of 10 items, 10, yeah, 2 hands, of steroids, but it doesn't specify if that's files, tablets, tubs, boxes or what. So they seem to be a little bit in the same as the UK in that personal usage is being accepted, and it's the supply side of things that they want to criminalise. But there are no support services, there are no private services, you can't even go privately and get blood tests done. So for users over there, they really are in the dark, and shockingly the level of knowledge is actually very, very poor. So the good thing about Iceland, it only has a population of 350,000, which is, must admit, when I went before it was 200, so it's grown massively. But as a result of this, people are accessible. So you can get hold of the Health Minister. So I have emailed the Health Minister today and asked if they would be interested in talking about possibly putting in some preventive measures, education, private testing services, whatever, which could still be done through their National Health Service, but just that people would pay for that service if they wanted it for steroid management. So I'm interested to see how they come back, and apparently Iceland has a bit of an epidemic of suicide within young men at the moment, and mental health is a big thing, and obviously we know steroids have an impact on that, so that hopefully will become something positive, but we'll see. Other news, spoke to Bodypower, and it looks like I'm doing 3 talks, one on Friday, one on Saturday, one on Sunday, and on 3 separate topics, all steroid related. Roughly at the moment we're going to do something about steroids in the brain, we're going to do something about blast crews, BCT, managing hormone levels, and then we're going to do something about sort of the drugs themselves. So what I'm thinking there is basically discussing the various compounds and their pluses and minuses and what they can do and what they can't do and things to watch for when you use them. So sort of guide 2. Got to be a little bit careful because obviously it can't be seen as being promotion. But to be fair, they've been quite liberal in you know, they're quite happy in promoting safe usage as opposed to being an anti-use setup, which was quite refreshing. So I've got them presentations to build, which is going to be fun because my diary is pretty stacked, but it's a great opportunity, and well, it's also, I suppose, really, I mean, apart from the Northwest Strength Expo where we had a lot of steroid seminars going on, which unfortunately wasn't the biggest of successes when it came to attendees, this is probably going to be the biggest audience exposure that Open Talk about steroids has had in the UK in potentially ever. So really looking forward to it, but at the same time I'm actually quite nervous. Fuck this on Major League, it's gonna bite me on the arse quite badly. But yeah, really looking forward to it. And then I'm doing some stuff with Mike and Lisa Gelshi on what used to be the Bodybuilding Evolution stand. That's now changed. It's now called the Underground Gym. But going to do some stuff with them as well. But Mike's basically waiting to see what time slots bodypower gives me. And then I will be dotting about between the Youth Revisited stand, probably many checks, and definitely Strong. I'm not sure if Youth or many checks actually want me on their stands at the moment. They've not really said an open commitment, but I'm definitely going to be on Strong's now. Don't ask me what stand it is, I haven't got a fucking clue. Rich Foster will know, go message him. Ask him if he sells sounds as well. Private joke. Really, that's it, guys. That's sort of what's going on. Military works exploded. Finally got my teaching certificate through now, which is boosting that. And yeah, like I say, that's pretty much where we are at. So not much else to tell you. You know, I keep thinking of, I have to start writing shit down. I keep thinking of stuff that's pissing me off and stuff I want to talk about, and then I completely fucking forget. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned the Solank. I think that's how you say it. I know I've mentioned it on drugs and stuff, so I get a bit mixed up as to what I've said on that, what I say on this. But Dora's been using it. She's overcoming a weed addiction, and it's proven to be very positive. Cognitive function has improved, memory, focus, just calmness of the mind. But also, she's lost her cravings to actually smoke weed. She has a mental desire to smoke weed. I just fancy having one, but she's no longer having a physical craving to have one. So it looks positive. So I'm going to give it a shot. See if it can improve my fucking memory. Okay, on that note, I'll fuck off. Take care. Look after yourself, guys. Hope you're all safe, and I'll speak to you soon.